Every single day, thousands of people wake up, go to work, come home, and wonder why their bank account never grows. They're not lazy. They're not unlucky. They're not even doing anything wrong. The problem isn't outside them. It's in here. Before you were 7 years old, your brain made a decision about money. Not a conscious decision, not a logical one, just a pattern, wired deep into your subconscious by everything you heard, watched, and absorbed as a child. If you grew up hearing money doesn't grow on trees, your brain filed that away as truth. If you saw people who had wealth being called greedy or corrupt, your brain concluded that being wealthy was dangerous, shameful, wrong. And here's the brutal part. That blueprint has been quietly running in the background ever since, shaping the jobs you take, the prices you charge, the opportunities you walk away from. Most people never open that folder. Neuroscience has something fascinating to say about wealth. When you think about money from a place of fear, fear of losing it, fear of never having enough, your brain activates the amygdala, the survival center, the same part of your brain that fires when you're being chased by a predator. In survival mode, your brain physically cannot think long-term. It can't be creative. It can't spot opportunity. It's too busy trying to protect you from a threat that isn't even real. This is why financially stressed people often make financially worse decisions. It's not a character flaw. It's neuroscience. But here's where it gets interesting. The brain also has a reward system powered by dopamine. And that system can be trained. Every time you take a financial risk and it pays off, your brain releases dopamine. Over time, it starts to associate wealth-building behaviors with pleasure, with reward, and it begins to seek them out. The wealthy aren't just smarter. Their brains have been trained to find reward in the actions that build wealth. Now let's talk about the 5 psychological blocks that are actively working against you right now. Block 1. You don't believe you deserve it. Deep down, a part of you believes money is for other people. Smarter people. People who got lucky, not you. This belief will cause you to self-sabotage, to unconsciously reject the very opportunities you claim to want. Block 2. Your identity has a financial cap. If you grew up working class, your subconscious identity might reject wealth because wealth feels like betrayal. Like you're becoming someone else, someone you were told not to trust. Block 3. You're afraid of being seen. Money brings attention, and attention means judgment, criticism, envy. Your brain, wired for social survival, sees visibility as a threat, so it keeps you small. Block 4. You're addicted to complexity. You research instead of acting. You plan instead of starting. You wait for the perfect moment that never comes. Busyness becomes a substitute for progress. Block 5. You believe wealth is a zero-sum game. If you unconsciously believe that for you to have more, someone else must have less, you'll feel guilty every time you make money. And guilt is a powerful brake on ambition. Now for the part no one talks about enough. How to actually change this. Because here's what science confirms. Your brain is not fixed. It is plastic. It can be rewired at any age. This is called neuroplasticity, and it means the story your brain has been telling you about money can be rewritten. Step 1. Expose the script. You cannot change what you cannot see. So the first step is to write down every belief you hold about money. Not the ones you want to have, the ones you actually have. Rich people are greedy. I'm just not good with money. Making money has to be hard. Write them all down. Step 2. Daily identity rehearsal. Every morning before you check your phone, before the world gets its hands on your mind, spend 5 minutes in the identity you want to inhabit. Not fake positivity. Not affirmations you don't believe. Genuine mental rehearsal. See yourself making the decision. See yourself responding to the opportunity. Feel what it feels like to already be that version of you. Your brain doesn't fully distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. This is the same technique used by elite athletes, and it turns out some of the most successful investors and entrepreneurs on the planet. Step 3. Build evidence. You can't just think your way to a new belief. You have to act your way there. Take tiny, consistent actions that are aligned with your new financial identity. Negotiate once. Pitch once. Invest a small amount. Start the thing. Each small win sends a signal to your brain. I am someone who does these things. I am someone who takes financial action. And over time, the identity updates itself. Step 4. Audit your environment. You are the average of the conversations you normalize. If everyone around you talks about money as stress, as struggle, as something that's always out of reach, that frequency becomes your default setting. This doesn't mean abandoning your community. It means deliberately adding voices, books, podcasts, and people who think about money in an expansive, possibility-driven way. You're not changing who you are. You're expanding the inputs. Step 5. Make the unconscious conscious about numbers. Most people avoid looking at their finances because looking is uncomfortable. So the brain develops a don't look reflex, which is exactly how debt grows in the dark. Start a weekly money date. Sit with your numbers. No judgment, just awareness. The mere act of looking consistently begins to shift your relationship from avoidance to agency. Here's what no one tells you about rewiring your brain. The results don't feel dramatic at first. For weeks, maybe months, you do the work, and the external results seem slow. But underneath the surface, something profound is happening. Your reticular activating system, the part of your brain that filters reality, is being recalibrated. Once your brain accepts a new identity, it literally starts filtering the world differently. You start noticing the opportunities you were always blind to, the conversation that leads to the deal, the skill gap you could fill, the problem no one has solved yet. The world didn't change. Your perception of it did. And perception, ultimately, is everything. You were handed a money story, a set of beliefs, reflexes, and emotional patterns that were never yours to begin with. But you are not your programming. You are the programmer. The question isn't whether your brain can change. The question is, will you give it the reason to? If this hit differently, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want to go deeper on the mindset side of wealth, join the channel by subscribing it.